Hi, excuse my appearance. Week one for the role of the MP. I'm gonna be reading off some bullet points because I can't remember everything all in my head. So, what is a nurse practitioner? It's an advanced practice nurse. We assess patient needs. We can prescribe, interpret labs, diagnostic testing. We can diagnose. Um, we can also formulate treatment plans, and in some states, we can actually practice independently. In my state, Massachusetts, we have to practice underneath an MD, but I guess that's in the works of changing. How does a nurse practitioner differ from a physician's assistant? So, from what I've read, a nurse practitioner can be independent. However, a physician's assistant has to practice underneath the doctor. Also, a nurse practitioner is a nurse who usually practices in a nursing model, and we have patient. It's like a patient-centered model, whereas a physician's assistant is more of like a medical model. They go to some like a different schooling, and theirs is disease-centered model opposed to the patient-centered model. If that makes sense. And the MPs have more specialization from what I've read also. Um, Again, the physician assistant practicing the MD and the nurse practitioner depends on the state. We can practice independently. And the salary is very similar. Um, and our roles, we both assess patient needs, and everything else that I spoke about the nurse practitioner applies for the physician assistant as well. How does a nurse practitioner differ from a doctor? Well, uh, let's see. So an NP needs a bachelor's and a master's to just become a nurse practitioner, but to be a DNP, you also need postmaster's classes. A doctor has, an MD has medical school, a residency, more education. So it's usually 6 to 8 years to become an NP, and it's average 11 years for an MD. There's more duties for an MD, more I want to say responsibility and legality. The level of autonomy obviously differs from state to state for a nurse practitioner. From what I read, California and Texas need to have collaborative agreements to prescribe pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and certain treatments. So that's interesting that I learned. The practice settings, I guess it depends on the autonomy of the NP, because NPs practice in hospitals, they do private practice, offices, and MDs. The same, I guess, but a lot of them are in private practice. But there's also hospitalists and such. The licensures and the certs are different. The renewal licenses, I know for mine it's 5 years, the psych NP, and the doctor that I work for is a psychiatrist. Hers is 2 years for renewal. And the MD has more like different specialized, like they can specialize in much more things opposed to, areas opposed to an NP. We have a little bit, we have like a smaller, like a narrower margin of what we can specialize in. Salary, of course, is double for an MD. But from what I heard, the MPs might be going up. There's more of a need in my area for nurse practitioners. They're like very upcoming, like they're actually, taking over. I feel we have a lot of nurse practitioners in my area, not just psych, but family nurse practitioners, you name it. And why don't you just become a doctor? Well, at this point, I'm done with school. I think this is it for me. I might get my doctorate in years to come, but for now, I've been in school since I can remember, and I just want to have a normal life. And to be honest, I'm very okay with being a nurse practitioner. And yeah, that's about it. Looking forward to the class. Thank you for letting me join. I really, really, really appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you.